One of the issues that really I struggled with from the very beginning of my academic career in the early 80s is the question of where human rights come from, what are they, and especially the notion of universality. That if we believe human rights to be universal, what makes them so? How do they get to be? And what are they that get to be this, acquire this quality? And so the discourse was going very much along these lines among all people who are concerned with human rights. And the assumption was that liberal values equal human rights. And that liberals know what human rights are by virtue of their own ideology and philosophy and upbringing. But the rest of the world has to learn how to become part of the human rights communities. And that all non-Western, non-liberal value systems and practice were deemed to be relativist and therefore non-universal, because we subscribe to religious or subscribe to cultural values that are not universal. Therefore, we have to learn how to shed these constraints of our human rights commitment and come and join the liberal, glorious path. And I opposed that. And I said, no, I mean, human rights have to be universal to everybody on their own terms, or else it is not human rights. The fact that there is no unanimity, that is inherent in the nature of human beings and what they do. There is a very powerful statement by Albie Sachs, South African constitutional justice, who was part of the struggle for against apartheid and became one of the justices of the South African Constitutional Court. He said that human rights are about the right to be the same and the right to be different. But that we tend to, whatever we believe human rights to be, we want to be treated on the same basis of that conviction. But also that includes our right to be different. That we cannot be required to be the same in every way, that we lose our identity, our culture, our history, and so on. So in this recent book, I am now talking about, I call it, it's now with a publisher, and hopefully it will come out soon. I call it Decolonizing Human Rights. My claim is that the concept of human rights has been colonized by Western powers, and which assume that the right to dictate to everybody else, which is almost like a continuation of the colonial policy of so-called civilizing mission, that the rest of humanity will become civilized by European and North American, the United States included, who will tell them what to do and how to do it. And so I oppose all of that. And I say that, well, I mean, for me, it is not human rights until it is mine by my conviction, by my belief in and commitment to it. So the idea of the struggle to do this in a way that people can believe in, so that it is not something that you enforce, it is something that you live by conviction and choice, and so on.